Whew. Hello. Hi, everybody. Need my glasses because we're gonna be doing bad apple stuff. I never realized how blue glasses, you can't record with them because these are not only prescription, these are also blue light glasses, and I love them because they obviously help me see, right? Um, but I can't record with these because you guys can see right now everything reflects in them and it's just kind of a mess. And well, someone says, where's Lizzie? Do you mean Lizzie Capri? She's probably at her house. She doesn't live with me. Just because we're just because we're friends doesn't mean she lives with me. But yeah, so anyways, it is Tuesday. For some reason, I think on my multi-stream on YouTube and stuff, it came up as trying snacks from Brazil, but we're not doing that. I don't know why that came up. We are instead going to be reading Am I the Bad Apple submissions because it is Tuesday. I do want to say something before we begin, and Avery's keeping an eye on this for me. Bless. And this is mostly to Facebook, and I love you, Facebook, so much. There's apparently some people who keep trying to be me when I go live, and they respond to people in the comments as me. And usually on platforms on TikTok or on YouTube, they're like, you're not Rebecca because she's live. But for some reason, the people on Facebook didn't really catch that drift last week. And they're like, whoa, Rebecca's typing to us while she's live. Oh, I want a prize. That's not me. If I'm talking to you on the screen, I'm not typing to you. Now, Avery's keeping an eye on it for me, at least on that. But I'm just letting you know. That's not a thing. So yeah. Anyways, again, I don't know why the title on my OBS was we're trying snacks from Brazil, because I definitely typed in reading submissions from followers. I don't know why it didn't save, but that's okay because we are reading Am I the Bad Apple stuff today. So yeah, I have the 4 stories up. I have my glasses on so we can actually read, and I decided I'm gonna answer a bunch of questions after. So if you want me to answer life update questions, then we'll do that at the end. And I'm working on getting widgets for Am I the Bad Apple stuff in poll stuff, a lot of interactive things for you guys, because I do so many different platforms at once. We have Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and TikTok, so it's just a lot. So I will be getting to questions and answers at the end of Bad Apple. And I am working on getting those fun interactive things for the stream and the widgets and things like that. So without further ado, we're going to look at apple number 1. Very excited. All right, so it says, am I the bad apple for leaving uncles. Am I the bad apple for leaving my uncle's wedding before the service? Okay, so this person didn't even show up. They got to the wedding and just left. And I need to know why. And so far that feels like kind of a jerk move, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. All right, okay, so my wife, female 28, and I, female 26, drove down to my uncle's wedding last week with our baby. We were staying with a friend and her husband from university who live close to the venue. They dropped us off at the wedding, and my mom and stepdad came running over to us, but kind of kept a distance away from us. Usually my stepdad goes straight into granddad mode and plays with the baby, but something just felt off. My mom told us that they found out the bride's family and a lot of her family members are all anti-vaxxers, with a lot of the children never having had any of their vaccines, and they didn't feel comfortable being there. That they were going to go back to their hotel, and my stepsister, who was supposed to go out and hang out, was also going to pull out and not show up for the wedding. Due to me being a cancer survivor and us having a small child with a poor immune system, we're always very careful about that kind of thing, and we decided maybe we should leave also. My mom quietly let the best man know that we were all leaving and called on our rides to come pick us up. We decided we didn't want to let the day go to waste, and we decided to do some touristy things in the area instead, since we weren't typically over this part of the area. We went out for a meal, we went out to see some touristy things, and my friend's husband, who's really into photography, took some photos of us throughout the day and tagged us in some of the photos, which were put on social media. My uncle's wife called us a few days later and said that people were asking why we weren't at the wedding but were clearly in the area. She accused us of trying to start drama and said that if we didn't want to go to the wedding, fine, whatever, but that we should have just gone home. That would have been the respectful thing to do. I told her that we wanted to make the most out of our time away if we couldn't attend the wedding. She told me that we could have just put up with other people's different opinions for the day and that I was trying to purposefully cause harm. That how dare she think that her family was trying to harm me or my child, and that I was just overreacting. I haven't spoken to her or my uncle since, but now I'm wondering if we should have just gone back home and not taken any photos while we were out. So, am I the bad apple? Let's see. Let me see what the chat's thinking right now. I'm pondering. While I'm pondering for a second. So Instagram says not the bad apple. A few on YouTube are kind of going back and forth. I see a couple bad apple. I see a couple good apple. I see good apple on TikTok. Let's see. Blaze says bad apple. And Facebook says not the bad apple. For the most part, I'm just picking out a few different things. I'm thinking not the bad apple. I think that when it comes to other people's events that you can choose to be a part of or you can choose to not be a part of, and that's your choice. I think that they exited quietly and went and did their own thing. Do I think it was wrong of them to miss the wedding? No, I don't. I think that especially when you have a newborn child, a small child, who may be too young to get vaccinated themselves, that there are kids who could potentially be carriers for dangerous diseases. There's no question. There's nothing wrong with being cautious with those things. Like I've seen those I don't have kids, but I've seen those doctor shows where the little kids get sick because someone at daycare didn't get their shots. Okay, my little nephew, my best friend's son, he got very, very sick this past summer because someone who was a carrier for an illness was at daycare and Cam was not old enough to get vaccinated. And that was very scary. It turned very serious. So I don't think there's anything wrong with them leaving the wedding. And I don't think they should have had to just shut themselves away inside. I think that was kind of rude for the bride to be like, you either show up to my wedding or you do nothing all day. Like, why is my hair doing this right here? I don't know why it's doing this. It's bothering me. But I think that's kind of bridezilla-y to be like, you can either enjoy my wedding or you can do nothing all day. But the fact that you had fun when I was getting married, like, I think that's kind of meh. Like, again, if I had family members choose not to go to my wedding, yeah, I would be sad, but I think that this family had a very good reason, especially since they have, weakened immune systems all around. There's a cancer survivor. There's a very small child. I think these are very legitimate reasons for that. So I'm going good apple, in my opinion. I just don't think that there's anything wrong with it. And I think that I think in a regular situation, it would be kind of like, you could have kept it to yourself. But I think they had a very valid reason to not be there. It's about would I have done it? No, I probably wouldn't have posted anything. But I don't think it makes them a bad person to do that, if that makes sense. I think they had valid reasoning all across the board. So, one good apple for me. All right. And I can't wait till I get the widgets to make good apples. This is what I want. I really want my good apple icon with like fireworks. I'm working on it. Maybe by next week. Maybe. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. All right. Let's see. Apple number 2 is, am I the bad apple for expecting too much out of my son? All right. I, 55-year-old male, am the father of a 12-year-old son. My son's dream is to become an author when he grows up, and me and my wife fully support that. If that's what he wants to be when he grows up, I'm happy with it. My wife encouraged him to start writing short stories that are really only 3 to 5 pages long, and he tried, and I asked if I could read them. My son didn't seem extremely comfortable sharing his testers, as he calls them, with anyone else, but I insisted he let me read them. I was so impressed by his stories, and I passed them around to the whole family so they could see how great his stories were. This went on for a little while until my son completely stopped writing anything. I asked him why, and he screamed at me that I was pushing him too far, and he felt extremely pressured. I don't see what I did wrong, but my wife fully agrees that I should have just left him alone and let him give people stories as he wanted to, but I don't think I'm in the wrong here. I was just trying to show all the family how great his stories were, and how was I supposed to know I was pressuring him? Everyone thinks it's my fault though, even though they're the ones who read the stories too, so what the heck is going on? And I'm starting to wonder, am I really the bad apple? All right, while I ponder, let me take a look at chat. Let me see what everyone's feeling right now. I see bad apple on Instagram. Instagram saying bad apple. I see good apple Facebook. Crab apple Facebook. Unintentional bad apple on Twitch. Okay. Let's see, what else? I think he had good intentions. He just loved his son a lot. I have a similar feeling to that. That was from TikTok. I feel like I feel like his intentions were good, right? Like, he's so proud of his son, and he just wants to show off how talented his kid is. He wants to show off how proud he is, but his son wasn't ready for that. And he's like, well, how was I supposed to know? Well, you said yourself that you asked to read the stories, and he was kind of hesitant, but you insisted anyways. You're like, nope, I'm going to read the stories. And you did, and he allowed you, and then you took it upon yourself to share further. And again, I don't think there were bad intentions, but I don't think that was the right move. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to crabapple, because I don't think there was anything malicious here. Like, I genuinely think that he got a little in over his head. He was just so proud and so excited, but he's not in the right. You know, it's not his work to share. It's not his news to share. It's not. He did pressure the kid, and the kid wasn't ready for that. And I can see when he's like, oh, you got to keep writing all these stories that the family can read. That's a lot of pressure on a 12-year-old kid who might still be working on perfecting their craft. So I'm going to go with crabapple, because I don't think he was in the right, but I don't know if I would classify him as a bad apple either. Because again, he's just really proud of his kid. He just didn't, in my opinion, make the right decision. So I'm going crabapple. So now we have one good apple and one crabapple. That's my vote. You don't have to agree with me, and that is okay. And again, I cannot wait to get the widgets for all over this stream, or the stream screen. All these words sound the same. I cannot. Who cannot? But yeah, so I have one good apple, one crab apple so far. I think last week we were cursed. So let's go on to apple number 3. Let's see. These are all pretty easy in my opinion, which is a good week. A good, simple week. That's what we needed. Today, I'm drained. I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm running on 0 battery. Am I the bad apple for wanting to ruin my coworker's reputation like he did mine? Oh boy, that sounds vindictive. Oh, all right, okay. 25 female, have been dealing with a lot of drama at work recently. My manager and I have been at odds for quite a while, and he said some pretty nasty things behind my back. He's told other managers and higher-ups that I'm hard to work with. Meanwhile, he's goaded me into getting angry by saying mean and nasty things and then runs to the higher-ups and tattles. I'm also frustrated that he spread rumors to other people about how difficult I am to work with, and they spread it to actual co-workers that I like. Of course they don't believe it, but it still makes me mad. He told another coworker about a panic attack I had at work, which wasn't his business to tell. It just made me livid because he knew I was struggling with anxiety at the time and that this was a difficult time in my life for me. The last straw was when I had a meeting with higher-ups and they cut my hours because of the things my manager went and told him that weren't true. I knew he said it because a manager slipped and said, well, it could be blank, insert his name. I mean, our informant. At that point, I was done being nice and I straight up told him that I knew what he did. And he gaslit me. I tried to just move on and be civil, but at this point, I don't trust him. After a few days of closing, he turned to me and told me that a week ago, he saw some gross feminine products in the bathroom. Sorry, after TikTok was saying that I'm low battery. He saw some gross feminine products in the bathroom and took a picture and sent it to a co-worker saying that he knew it was me. And it wasn't. I was horrified at this point. I literally couldn't believe it and I was done being nice. I went to dinner with my mom today and discussed it with her. I said that I want to ruin his reputation, just like he did mine. That I was so frustrated and done being taken advantage of for being too nice, and I'd be happy if he just got fired. She told me that I shouldn't take joy in ruining someone else's career, and I shouldn't cause drama at work. She also feels like I should just give him another chance and says that if I say something to the higher-ups, I could end up causing more drama, and they might just fire both of us. I feel like I should go to HR, but at the same time, I'm also kicking myself for not saying anything earlier because I just want a peaceful work environment. I still think I'm going to reach out because it's now or never and I know he's not going to stop, but if I do, does that make me the bad apple? Oh, I have a lot of things to say about this one. I have a lot of things to say about this one. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm sweating right now. That one made me really annoyed. I'm sweating right now. And I might ask Avery a few things about this one. But, I want to see what you guys have to say, think. Twitch says she's the bad apple. If you say bad, if you say good. TikTok says, I see not the bad apple. Instagram says, co-worker's the bad apple. Why was he in the girls' bathroom in the first place? I don't know what kind of business this is, but I know that when I was a bartender, after hours, whoever was working at the time would clean both bathrooms. So it could have been that kind of situation. I don't know what kind of business this was. That's a good question. That's just what I'm assuming. I don't actually know. Lots of good apples from Instagram, crab apples from Instagram, not the bad apples from Facebook. All right, so I'm gonna go good apple on this one for a few reasons. A lot of what is happening, I feel like, classifies as like a hostile work environment. And I don't just mean like, oh, someone's like hurting my feelings at work. I feel like they don't like me. When you're when you're a supervisor and you're sharing medical information about an employee, like, oh, they had a panic attack, that's private medical information. Right, Avery? That's private medical information? That's deemed as, like, confidentiality. That's a breach in confidentiality, right?
Sure, I'm reading the comment.
Oh, Avery's monitoring my... I need...
So what happened?
Basically, this guy, the manager, the supervisor, is like, oh yeah, this employee had a panic attack. That's confidential medical information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just one example, right? Okay, let's say the feminine products were her. That's still like I think that could be argued to be still a medical thing. That's not your place. Oh, she's on her period. That you can't do that. Like, as a boss, you can't do that. Like, that is a hostile work environment. If he's going around and telling other employees, her colleagues, that she's on her period, that she is having panic attacks, he can't do that. That is a suable thing. So, and I also don't like the mom's advice about, well, you're just causing drama. No. If you are being harassed at work, that is what, like, that's the whole point of HR, is for you to report those things. If you are being harassed or wrongfully treated by an employer, you go to HR. That's not causing drama. That is a very, very inappropriate lesson to tell your daughter, in my opinion. A very harmful thing to teach somebody, especially a young woman. To tell them, oh, well, they might decide it's too much drama and you could both get fired. No, you cannot. That is a lawsuit. If you are being harassed at work and you go and tell HR and they turn around and fire you, whether it's for that or something else, you can sue for discrimination and wrongful termination about, like, you can't fire someone who is literally saying, well, I'm being harassed at work. My supervisor is acting inappropriately. They cannot turn around and fire her for that. They can get sued. You can't do that. I'm really disappointed in this mom's advice. It is not bad on you to report an inappropriate supervisor, and I stand by that 100%. That's the law. That's what HR is there for. That's in your working contract. So I'm going good apple. Because if he is sharing your medical information like that, forget all the drama of he's making up lies. Like, it wasn't very clear on what lies you were talking. Like, I don't know. Oh, they're telling the bosses things that aren't true. I don't know what that is. You didn't give me specifics. I can't speak on that. But I can speak on he's telling my coworkers that I'm having panic attacks. That is a violation of privacy. That is harassment. You could claim that's discrimination due to mental illness. 100%. He's telling people that you're on your period. You can claim sexism. 100%. There are so many things. If you go to HR and you say this is happening and they turn around and fire you, that's discrimination. And you can sue for that. So I'm going good apple. The law, the rules, they're all on this girl's side. And that's how it is. That's how it is. So for me, good apple. I feel very passionate about this. I've also been watching a lot of How to Get Away with Murder. So I feel like a law expert. I'm your friendly neighborhood lawyer lady for the day. Sorry, Avery, I've replaced you just for the day. I think I'm going to finish the season or the series today or tomorrow. So then you can have that spot back. But today it's me. Oh my god, I'm literally sweating. I felt so passionate about that story. I need to take a second. Oh, yay. Water. Hold on. Nice. See, someone on Facebook is like, she can sue, but it takes several years. But it's not gonna, like, I don't know why this piece of my hair is doing that. That's, oh, what is happening? I don't know. I don't think it will need, like, yes, if the lawsuit does go through, it can take years. But my point is, if HR turns around and is like, oh, this is drama, we can fire you. All she has to do is, no, you can't. That's a wrongful termination suit. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Ha, you're not fired. Not that I think that they would. I don't think that they would fire her for that because they know they can't. And again, she did nothing wrong. It's not drama. It's an inappropriate employee harassing her. So, like, they have no reason to fire her. But I'm saying if they did, all she would have to do is say wrongful termination suit. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you good. See you at work tomorrow. So that's my only point. If a lawsuit did go through and they were sticklers about it, yeah, it might take time. And and someone else says that she needs proof. I think all she needs is for that coworker to say, oh yeah, this boss told me about XYZ. Like, all she needs is numerous employees who are willing to vouch, oh yeah, he was talking about that, or he told me about that. That's all she really needs. So, deep breaths. Feeling very passionate about this. All right, we're gonna go to our story number 4. Oh, I got emails. Oh, I just got an exciting email that I get to do a Zoom call with Fenty tomorrow. Oh, that's cool. I don't know makeup, but I'm excited for that. Sorry. All right. Now I'm sweating more. Now I'm nervous. All right. Next one. Apple number 4. So far I have 2 good apples and 1 crab apple. Apple number 4 is, am I the bad apple for telling my mom my life doesn't stop for her? Oh, okay. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I want to know. Okay. I'm 21 years old and I live with my boyfriend. I moved out when I was 18 because my dad's a severe alcoholic and has been for 7 years. My mom recently kicked him out of the house and got a restraining order. She wants to get a divorce, but she's afraid that if she gets a divorce, she's gonna lose her house. There's a lot of uncertainty with my mom's situation, and I've already told her multiple times that no matter where my boyfriend and I are living, we'll always have a room available for her. But lately, every time I share my plans for my future with her, she acts like those plans are unacceptable because they don't accommodate her. I recently got a job about 45 minutes away from where my mom currently lives, and because of this job change, I was looking for houses in that city so I don't have to drive super far. When I told my mom that we were looking at houses in that city, she got visibly upset because it was too far from where she works. I kind of brushed it off and told her it's only like 25 minutes to your job and it's not that big of a deal. I wanted to show her some of the houses that I was looking at because I was excited, but then she started nitpicking those houses because they didn't accommodate her and her needs and her wants. She was upset the backyard wasn't big enough for her pool and that the driveway wasn't big enough for our cars and her car. She didn't like that the house had stairs and that her bedroom would be upstairs. I just felt really frustrated, so I just told her, my life doesn't get to be put on hold because of your situation. My boyfriend and I are buying a house for us, not you. She ended up getting really upset, and I've kind of just stopped talking to her about my future plans, and I thought I was in the right, but my brother told me that I could have been more sympathetic towards her situation. Now I'm not 100% sure if I'm the bad apple or not, so what do you think? All right, processing. Looking to the chat for what they think. Where is this? See, Facebook is saying no, not the bad apple. Good apples. I'm seeing good apples on TikTok. I'm seeing good apples on Instagram. I'm seeing good apples from Twitch and YouTube. Okay, I totally agree. And I do feel for the mom in the story. I do. I'm sure that's a very, very frustrating situation. I don't know everything. I give it back, Avery. You can be the friendly neighborhood lawyer man again, because I don't know divorce law. Or I would assume, and again, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm saying this having never been to law school. And I feel like the same as when people are like, I'm a medical expert. I've watched all the seasons of Grey's Anatomy. Like, you're not really. I've watched all the seasons of How to Get Away with Murder. I feel like if it's a situation where there's a restraining order, like a true danger to this individual, because this guy is such a alcoholic, I feel like if he's dangerous to the point that she needs a restraining order, I feel like, why would she lose the house? So I feel like there's some information there that I just don't understand, that I'm not getting. you know, that we don't know about. There's got to be a reason that with all that going on, she still thinks she's going to lose the house. So I feel for her, for sure. But at the same time, it's not the daughter's job to buy a house where the mom's job is that has everything the mom needs. Like the stairs one I can get if the mom is getting older and she's like, I can't climb those stairs if need be. That's a little bit of a different story. But for her to be like, you can't get a house there, that's too far from my job. Well, they're not moving for your job, ma'am. They're moving for your daughter's job. Why? What are you talking about? Like, and right now, the mom still has her house. Like, this is all of her demands are about if we get divorced, and if we get divorced and I lose the house, I will need to stay with you. And the daughter's been very sweet and accommodating and saying, we always have space for you. And I think that's so great. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. I love that support. That doesn't mean that they're going to sell their house and buy a new one or take a long commute or not take a job because of the mom's possible situation maybe down the road. That's ridiculous. No. Mom's being a little, no. Why can't they buy the mom's house? Because the daughter's job is now almost an hour away. So the whole point is that they're trying to move to where the daughter is, to where her job is going to be. And the mom's like, but that's not my job. Well, it's not about you, Susan. No, they're not moving for your job. They're moving for your daughter's job. I don't know why she thinks that's realistic. I think that is incredibly unrealistic. So I'm going good apple. So for me, what is that? 3 good apples and 1 bad apple. Mom is definitely the bad apple in my view. I wouldn't even say crab apple. I would say bad apple because like I get she's going through a lot, but she's actively like causing harm and is not understanding and is trying to control her daughter's life and make her life harder because something that hasn't even happened yet. Like, she doesn't even know if she's going to file for divorce. She wants to, but she hasn't decided if she's going to or not. And then she doesn't even know if she's going to lose the house or not in the divorce. She's just nervous that she will. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand. I don't understand. So, for me, I have 3 good apples and 1 bad apple today. And again, I do want to answer some of you guys' questions. I'd love to hear what you guys got, if you agreed or disagreed with anything. But also I wanted to kind of give you guys an update. Bad apples will probably, at least for the time being, stay live streamed for a lot of different reasons. One, I'm still dealing with a lot right now, figuring out my face, and we're going to be going out of town, and it's just a lot easier for me to manage with the things that I'm dealing with right now, going live and doing this, rather than setting up the cameras and uploading, downloading, and paying for a video when I'm like in pain, can't really wear a lot of makeup right now because of the stuff going on with my face. A lot of people are asking, I see it in the chat, and I really appreciate the concern. Right now, my friend and I talked, she's a PA, we think we know what it is. I have not been to the dermatologist yet. That is next week. I've been calling every day to get an opening. A lot of people are still like, go to urgent care. I need to see a dermatologist. That is who I need to see. My appointment is next week. The urgent care is not going to be helpful for me right now. I need to see a dermatologist. My appointment is next week. And we think we know what it is. I just need the dermatologist. Someone says that someone's trying to be me on Facebook.
It's me this time.
Oh, that Avery says it's him that time. You're good. So, Facebook, real quick. I'm going to speak to Facebook. If there is someone typing to you in chat and it looks like it's me, you can actually click on their profile and see if it takes you back to my actual page or not. But I would look and see, like, what's posted and stuff like that, and not like just because it has the banner doesn't mean that it's me. Anyone can copy and paste my banner. We've been having some issues on Facebook that someone will like go and chat to people while I'm live and like, you won a prize, and some of my followers are like, yay, a prize, but they're not understanding that I can't be giving them a prize in chat if I'm on the camera. So I'm having Avery on Facebook duty. And they're like, oh no, an imposter, but it's just Avery this time. It's okay. It's gesture. Friendly neighborhood lawyer man. Tell him hello and thank you for his service dealing with my craziness every day. But anyways, yes, we have progress. As you can see, like, my face stuff is going down thanks to what my friends and doctors have given me so far. So I'm not in excruciating pain. I'm not in agony. And I'm no longer on crazy steroid hormones. That was a not fun time. As you can see, I was not having a good experience, but I feel a lot better, and we should have more answers next week. And again, I'm calling literally every day to see if they have earlier appointments. Because I have a lot of stuff going on in the next few weeks that I really want answers beforehand. Like, for example, I'm supposed to be going to the White House on Monday. Isn't that so cool? Oh, I'm so excited. YouTube invited me to the White House on Monday. I'm sweating thinking about it. I'm very nervous. So I have a few dresses from Amazon that are coming in that I'm gonna let you guys choose between to decide what I'm going to wear to the White House at the Easter egg roll. I'm still waiting for them to send me the details. So, like, my SPM at YouTube is like, hey, you're invited to this event. I freaked out, told all my family. And I'm like, okay, when am I getting details? And they're like, we're working on it. And internally, I have this fear that they're going to tell me, oh, we've actually decided you're no longer cool enough to come. And I'm going to believe that until they send me the email that's like, this is the time that we're meeting at this place. So I'm not going to post a video that's like, help me pick my outfit until I get that confirmation internally. Do I think that YouTube would ever do that? No. Is my anxiety telling me that it's possible that they might just sporadically decide I'm no longer cool enough to do that? 100%. So that is what I'm waiting on to make a video about y'all picking what I get to wear to the White House. And then the week after, me and a group of content creator friends are going to Hawaii for a week, and I'm so excited. I'm literally drooling of excitement. I have a drooling problem. That's like a weird thing about me. Avery makes fun of me for it all the time. If I get really excited, there's just a lot in there. It's okay. So I need to stop talking so fast because I'm excited and sweating. Water. Hold on. All right, we're calm. We're calmer, more calm. In Hawaii, obviously, like, I'm a huge social studies nerd, so I'm going to be making videos on the annexation of Hawaii, of Polynesian culture, I really want to make a funny, like, mistakes tourists make in Hawaii, because I'm sure there's so many faux pas that people like me would go and do that really just annoy the crap out of locals, and I want to make a funny, but also serious, not like serious, but like, you know what I mean? I want to make one of those. But yeah, that's what I'm really excited about it. But anyways, I know you guys have other questions, so I'm gonna go to my Discord to get some, and then I'm gonna pick some from the chats because I felt really bad because I know that not everyone has Discord, and I was like, I can't only do questions from the Discord. So real quick, if you want to submit stories for Am I the Bad Apple, my subreddit is r/Am I the Bad Apple, but I also take submissions on Discord if you don't have a Reddit. If you have either of those are the options. And then I'm taking questions on Discord also, but then also in the chats of here, but I'm more likely to see your question on the Discord because it's like staying in place and not scrolling like all 5 of these chats are doing right now. So while some of the questions start loading on the chats, I'm going to go to the Discord questions and see what we got. Why do I never ask Avery to join the live with me? Well, he's here. He's just on Facebook monitor duty to make sure that my Facebook followers stay safe from scammers. He's been in some before. Like, when I've tasted snacks from around the world, I've handed them to him. But he's also usually on chat mod duty, just making sure no one's being crazy. because he cares about me. He and my Discord mods are like our real life friends. Absolutely love them. Blaze and Derek and AJ, they're awesome. So they also they all make sure that everything's safe. I love them so much. They're awesome. But yeah, that's usually where Avery is. Or he's like at softball or pickleball because he's like, you go live. TikTok is telling me that we are low battery. Am I actually a teacher? Not anymore. I was when I first started social media. I was a teacher, a high school social studies teacher. I taught for 4 years, and then I left the classroom last year, and I'm now doing this full time, which I love. I absolutely love my life, and I'm so grateful to you guys for letting this be possible for me. My dad, oh, I love this question. Okay, it says, your dad once said he was thinking of making an advice channel. Is this still something he's thinking about? My dad does the biggest honey-do stuff ever. He does everything himself, whether it comes to fixing cars or fixing things in the house, or I've been trying to convince him to get on that, and he's just hasn't. My dad's very busy. He still works. He's not retired. He works at IBM, and he does a lot. He has a lot of responsibility. He's very humble. But my dad is an important dude, and he's so busy half the time. Right now, I don't think he has the time to make a dad teaches you how to do things kind of but I think that when he retires, I think that'll be a really good job for him. Now it's just not the time. Literally, my dad would be mortified if I told him, if I was bragging about him to you guys, because he's very humble. But just to give you guys an idea, we tried taking my dad out for his birthday, and the morning, he wanted to go to this restaurant so bad. This little brunch place, because it had Cajun breakfast, and he and my mom met in South Louisiana, and he's been wanting to go to this place for over a year. And it's not even a crazy fancy place. It's down the street from his house. He just hasn't found the time to go. So we made reservations. We showed up to the restaurant, and he's not there. And my mom shows up, and I'm like, where's Dad? And she's like, the Bank of France needed him on a Zoom call today. And I'm like, oh, okay. So Dad had to miss his brunch because the Bank of France needed him on a Zoom call. So if that gives you an idea of how busy my dad is, there you go. But he's awesome. He's awesome. He's a software developer. He's awesome. He's really cool. All right. Next question. Why did we name our cats Milo and Vixie? Can y'all see Milo right here? Maybe not. I know the phones can't. Maybe. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, thanks, Avery. There's you. This is Milo. You can tell it's Milo because he's got the white on his nose and he doesn't have the giant orange spot. And he's got the white mittens and the white on his chest. He's a tuxedo boy. But anyways, our cats are named after underrated Disney characters. So Vixie is named after the Lady Fox in Fox and the Hound. Not only because of the giant orange splotch on her head, but she would jump and prance on her food before eating it. And she looked like a little fox, just prancing everywhere and jumping hysterically. So that's why we got Vixie. And Milo, he just looks like a Milo. Do you not agree? I know y'all on the phone can't see him. Instagram and TikTok can't see him right now. But everyone on the stream can. He just looks like a Milo, doesn't he? It's a underrated Disney character from Atlantis. And it just fits. Do I ever call him Milo? No. I usually call him Bubby, which is funny because that's Yiddish for grandma, but I didn't know that at the time. That's my Bubs. But yeah, that's why their names are the way that they are. Someone says, please show cats. I have to do each one at a time. There's Milo for Instagram, right there. And now for TikTok, let me move the phone a little bit. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. There you go. There is he. I don't know where Vixie is. She's probably outside. We have a little screen and porch for the cats, and Vixie likes to go outside and scream at bugs. that's her favorite pastime is to yell at bugs. And I'm not exaggerating or kidding. That is true. All right, next question. Let's do it. Where is the thing? Let's see. I'm looking for. Will I ever go back to teaching? As of right now, probably not. There is absolutely no reason for me to go back to a profession that pays a fraction of what I get as a content creator. And like, to be clear, anyone that follows me, like, I don't do subscriptions. I don't do I don't do stuff like that. I try really hard to make sure that I never charge my fans for anything. I don't believe that it's followers' jobs to fund a content creator's lifestyle. I think that it's the platform's jobs to incentivize creators to stay on those platforms. And just from the platforms, like, I am the breadwinner of our house. Why would I go back to teaching when I would only make a fraction of what I make? I would be way more stressed out. Like, I loved physically teaching kids history, but I can just teach people history on social media. Like, I don't know why. I'm really liking the lighting in the TikTok camera right now. I just keep looking at it and I'm like, hey. But it just doesn't make sense, you know, like, why would I go back to that? With all the crap that's going on with teaching right now, just why would I do that, you know? It just doesn't make sense. Let's see. Derek says, who's the better support, Derek or Corey? And AJ says, and why is it AJ? I'm sweating again. I'm nervous. I can't upset my mods. Favorite Disney park and ride? I think my favorite Disney park is... I love the rides at Hollywood Studios. Why is my Instagram, like, lighting looking like that? It looks terrible. I love the, I'm going to actually plug in TikTok. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make sure that TikTok doesn't die on me. One moment. We're going to put Instagram right here. And we're going to put TikTok here so I can actually put a charger on it. Give me a second to fix that real quick so I don't lose a platform. There we go. Perfect. I love Hollywood Studios for the rides. I think the rides at Hollywood Studios are 100% the best. But my favorite ride overall is not at Hollywood Studios. It's at Epcot. It's the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and that is so much fun. Oh my god, it's a good one. It's a good one. Someone's asking me about the Teachers Off Duty podcast. And if I'm going back, I will never go back to the Teachers Off Duty podcast. I love myself too much to do that to myself and my mental health. Am I going to get into exactly why I left today? No. Will I go into it one day? Probably. But today is not that day. So, just know that I left on my own accord and I will never go back. So, do I enjoy making skits or regular videos more? I don't think I have a preference, honestly. I think that lately I've been planning more content that speaks to me, and that has made me happier overall, if that makes sense. So, yeah. You need a video of Vixie screaming at bugs. I will do that. The problem is, like, she gets embarrassed. Vixie gets camera shy. If she's... Oh, wait. That's her. People on the computer. That's a cat. Oh, yeah. She does random things. Yeah, that's her right there. Right there. She's just laying in the hallway. She's not doing anything fun. It just looks like a blob of... It honestly just looks like a rug. It's a Vixie. But anyway, she gets camera shy. Like, if she's doing something funny and I go to record her, she'll stop and she'll just look at me until I put the phone away. She's so camera shy. I will try to get videos of her screaming at bugs. I'll do my best. Let's see. I'm looking for more questions. I don't see any in the chat right this second, so we'll go back to Discord. I'm pointing at the door. Yeah. I am pointing at the door because she's right in the hallway. So, like, you can't see her on TikTok, but the people who I'm streaming to on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook can see her. Because I am on 5 different platforms right now. And I don't know why it's, I don't know why Instagram is glitching. Do you guys see it as glitching? I can't tell. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, I don't see any questions in... Oh, Instagram just died. That's sad. I don't know how that happened. Oh, well. Let's see. Will I ever ask Avery to join a live? I mean, Avery's usually here. He's just usually on chat mod. Hey, Avery, can I see your phone? Can I go live on Instagram on your phone?
Probably.
Oh, that's great. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh, I've not logged into your phone on Instagram. That's all right. Instagram will be fine. Love them a lot. Let's see. My thoughts on Nico, one of my favorite content creator friends who I'm going to Hawaii with. I always hate that. I hate, like, this is no offense against anyone that asked the question, but I don't like when people are like, what do you think of this creator? No creator is gonna say something bad about a content creator unless they want, like, a problem. That's a weird thing. Now, Nico is one of my very good friends. Like, genuinely, we're going to Hawaii together. I just think it's so weird when people ask content creators on live, like, what do you think of this person? As if saying anything other than something positive is like they're not going to say something other than something positive because it's going to start a problem. So I don't know why. TikTok's asking, do I have siblings? I have one sibling. I have a little brother. His name is Ethan. He will sometimes show up in my stories. I think I've mentioned him in a couple videos, but he's also camera shy, which is fine. This life isn't for everybody. And yeah. Apple costume for my cats. My cats will not tolerate that. Okay, so do you guys know what a hawk vest is? Has anyone ever heard of a hawk vest? First of all, if you ever if you look up hawk vest in TikTok, my favorite video is the one where, like, you ain't scared of no hawks. The hawk should be scared of you. And it's like this little chihuahua dog, and it's so cute. Oh my god, so cute. I love that sound. I've been saying that constantly for the last, like, 4 days. I'm annoying Avery so much with it. But I asked Avery literally today, because we just moved into this house a couple months ago. We have a really nice sized screened-in porch that Vixie loves. That's her place to scream at bugs all day. And we've been talking about, can we get a fence that is thin enough that Milo can't squeeze through it, because he's very thin. He's very thin, very little. Now, Vixie doesn't have that problem. There is a lot of her to love. Why is this blurry all of a sudden? That was weird. There's a lot of Vixie to love, so that wouldn't be a problem, but Milo's little. And so we were like, okay, if we can find a fence thin enough, can we find a way to, like, let them sit outside? And then I looked around and I was like, well, there's not a lot of trees. Do you think there would be birds of prey? And then we're like, maybe we'll get them a hawk vest. But I don't think that would be possible. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with. I don't even remember what the question was. I just kind of rambled a lot. That was my bad. Oops. So it's fine. Let's see. What's another question? What is my favorite season? I like early spring or, like, middle of fall, because I think that's when the weather is always really nice and perfect. I don't like too cold. I don't like too hot. And I like the aesthetics for both. I love when the seasons change in the fall. Now, like, in North Carolina, we get all 4 seasons. And you don't always get that everywhere in the United States or even around the world. We get all 4 seasons. So in the fall, the leaves look pretty. And in the spring, the flowers are beautiful. So those are my favorite times of year. And then let's see, we'll do one more because I'm starting to get a headache because I've just been talking nonstop and I can feel myself starting to get dehydrated. Do I speak another language other than English? No, fluently, no. I can read French and I can read Hebrew. I can manage in French to know what I'm reading. In Hebrew, I cannot. I have no idea what I'm reading. I know the alphabet, and I know what the vowels do, and I know what sounds all the letters make, and so, like, I can read it, but I have no idea what I'm reading. I would be better off, like, being dropped off in the middle of France and figuring out my way around based off of signs than I would in Israel or anything like that. So, I hope that answers your question. Oh, and something else, I'll do one more because this annoyed me a little bit. I've gotten so, and I know they're young kids. I know they are. And I know there's no ill intention by it. But I've gotten so many comments and messages from young kids on various platforms on the video of me, like, asking for help about my face. Like, is this for real or is this April Fool's? And I hate that. I hate that. I think it's gross when people make April Fool's jokes about illnesses and things like that. Like, that's not funny. Like, I don't think those things are funny. And it is frustrating when people have real things going on that just so happen to fall on April the 1st. And they're like, but is this for real? No one should ever joke about that stuff if it's not for real. I think that's wrong. I just think that's inherently wrong. Maybe we'll end it on one more, so that feels like not ending on a positive note.
Who are your characters based off of?
Who are my characters based? I don't really.
Aren't they your brother's friends?
Well, like, the situations, like, as a whole, I think Connor was, like, a personification of my brother's high school friends. Like, none of them are in high school now. They're all grown men. But, like, when I think of Connor and Kyle, I don't think of one kid. I don't even think of, like, a couple kids. Like, I think originally when I started, I wanted a personification of my brother's friends. I just said that, I'm just rambling because I repeat myself a lot. But, like, even still to this day, when I'm making Connor or Kyle, I don't necessarily have people in mind. I think I wouldn't say ideologies. I have more of characteristics. Like, for me, Connor is the more naive and, like, could sometimes be snobby, but, like, is kind of more just, like, ignorant, like, doesn't realize it, just doesn't have any kind of self-awareness. Whereas Kyle is the more rebellious, like, actively rebelling kind of thing. And then Jessica is more of, like, the prim and proper, like there, it's really just based on, like, kid stereotypes that I, like, of different kinds of students. Like, you have the just obnoxiously oblivious kid, and the rebellious kid, and the prim and proper kid. Like, just different kinds of students that teachers just regularly see, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yes.
Avery's like, no, nothing you say doesn't make sense. But, oh wow, it's already been about an hour. I'm getting dehydrated. So here's the deal, moving forward. As I said earlier, Bad Apple, at least for now, will be live. It's just easier for me to do with everything going on right now, especially everything going on with my face. Because some days I'm fine, and then other days I'm crying because it hurts so bad. And it's just easier for me to do this for now. I also really like sitting and talking to you guys. I feel like it's been a while. I mean, I've been doing it lately, but aside from having started these again, I feel like it had been a while since we really got to do that. And so I like this, but also once we get more podcasts, like my new podcast stuff more situated, you will see it will flow better to have Bad Apple live, and I'll be able to explain more when I have, like, the real clear-cut schedule for the week. It'll just make more sense. I'm just trying to be transparent as I get answers, and I know it doesn't make total sense to you guys yet because We don't have, everything's like a work in progress, and I'm just getting ahead of myself because I'm trying to be transparent, but also not tell you guys things that we don't have like contracts written down for. So I'm gonna just stop talking before I confuse people more. All right, I'm gonna go eat and hydrate, and I will see you guys. I haven't decided. I might go live again Thursday. If not, I'll definitely be live on Tuesday. And I'll get to tell you all about the White House. I'm going for the Easter egg roll. I'll think about it. I have to think of if we're going to do Thursday, I got to think of what we're going to do Thursday. So I'll let you know. Maybe we'll do like a yoga class or something together. I don't know. I'll figure it out and I'll let you guys know. I'll post like on my stories, on my walls and things like that if we do go live Thursday. If not, I will see you Tuesday. I love you guys. And again, if you want to submit a story for Am I the Bad Apple, you can do so either on my Discord, which is like the invite link is literally like discord.gg/Rebecca Rogers, I think. Or the Reddit subreddit r/Am I the Bad Apple, either or. And just keep an eye out for when I say that I'm gonna go live again. And I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Have a great night. Oh, now we gotta get off on all the platforms. So many. Bye.